Hello. As we know, the violent murder of George Floyd has become an increasingly necessary issue to be spoken about in households internationally, and has therefore sparked debate, more controversial debate around the bias in our legal system and in America's legal system. Um, I think it centers around how, as it stands, social media is the biggest factor in which people compile information to form their opinions. And although this is a fast way to get information, it can be a shame when two contradictory statements are the only fuel for two possibly uninformed people's arguments. Um, and it's true that this is a sad event that's taken a lot of people by surprise, but it's even sadder, really, to acknowledge the lack of surprise throughout the black community, who more than anything are just tired of this being the expectation, this being like a normality, tired of being perceived differently by a person after only one glance at them, and tired of not being given the opportunity to explain themselves. Like Omar Jimenez, the CNN reporter who, after volunteering to comply with police officers, was arrested along with the rest of his team. Like Senator Zelnor Miri, a police senator who was protesting peacefully and was pepper sprayed and arrested by the police, and George Floyd. Thank you.
Hi. Social media justice and social justice. My thoughts. I think that social media justice and social justice go hand in hand. It is the true will of the people speaking and their thoughts. And because they've reacted to a situation in a certain way and made their feelings known, then and only then will the situation be resolved and what they want be put in place. The Omar Jimenez case. I believe that the CNN footage speaks for itself. The police no longer care who sees what they're inhumanely doing. The police are now taking advantage of their authority, their power, their title, and their uniform and abusing it. Omar Jimenez was a black reporter just doing his job, keeping calm, cooperating with the police. Yet him and his crew of colleagues were arrested. For what? George Floyd. I can't breathe. Enough said. I mean, what happened to innocent until proven guilty? I just hope by the time us as a youth create a new generation, the world will be different. Because black lives do matter. They always have. And no one should be judged by the colour of their skin. Don't tolerate. Educate. Thank you.
The difference between social media justice and justice is that social media justice is how the people initially feel to any action. For example, the people were angry, so they took down the statue of the old slave driver. However, social justice would have been to have a petition to take it down. Social media justice, I think, is right because it's how the people actually feel and how they will react to something. For example, the protest. However, some people may interpret social media justice as bad, as you can see from people thinking that all the people are doing for the Black Lives Matter movement is just rioting and looting. However, it's more than that. That is how social media can be used in a negative and positive way. However, I do agree with the statue being taken down. That was a statue of a very bad man who did very bad things to black people. And I feel like that it was very necessary for it to be gone. Whereas you compare it to a statue like Mary Seacole, who was the first statue of a female black woman in the whole country. And she done amazing things compared to Edward Colston.
Hi, so the question was, what's the difference between social media justice and social justice? But I feel like we should use social media as a way to push out social justice so that ethnic minorities can get the same opportunities as other people in higher working classes and higher jobs, so that we can be seen as an equal and not as inferior. And I feel like social media at this time is the best way to push out that social justice and just like show that ethnic minorities can do the same sort of stuff and be seen as in a high light as the white minorities as well. Now, on the Omar Jimenez case, it really just epitomizes the police department, not even just in America, but just all around the world, how the guy was complying. He was just doing everything to the police is saying, basically, but he was still being detained and still being told to move off while you're here. And like, he was literally just doing his job, which was to give news, and he was getting detained for it. Even his crew was. So like, it really just showed how the police are just trying to abuse their power right now. And I feel like they are